This is Gerald, Johan van Waas, and some quick demonstrations of letter combinations as formations. In this video I will compare MELK with the opposite, KLIM. KLIM doesn't exist in English, but it does exist in Dutch, and it means climb. So to make things complete, I will have milk, the English word, MELK, the Dutch word, KLIM, the Dutch word, climb, the English word. And I will tell you and explain to you why the same letters in a different order make up the opposite, almost the opposite of directions that are found in the letter combinations. The M itself is an extension in its full force from a source of expression, and it is this part of extension that matters. The L is the making a form. This is all based upon the theory that I have developed. The L is the making a form, turning into a form, and of course this will be based upon what we already have, the M. So the L part, or the taking shape, will be the taking shape of some part of M. The K at the end will break, always will break something apart, will break something open, but it is already a formation, so we break the formation apart from the original growing. So we will take out the formation as a separate entity that we can already discover in M, L and K. In ancient days, some of the ancient scripts only described the words as consonants and no vowels. It's because the real physical change is already, you can already find in the consonants, and this is already what you can see. So we already know this will be about something that can be formed, pressed out, and the form itself can be taken out in the milk. What is the E then just doing? It's actually pinpointing where exactly is the new element that comes out. So there's a new, so that's the emphasis. The new element is being able to be taken out in its formation process. So if we follow the process of formation from the center to outside, from where I started this form, we'll have of course the growing out and breaking out of certain the material that we can take out actually, and that is growing, it's developing to be taken out, as a matter of speaking. I'm not describing it very well this time in English, but I know you understand what I try to say. I will describe it with some images that you will be able to see what is really happening there, and I will describe it a little bit further. Of course, this milk is a reference to the where it has been be able to be pressed out of the cow as a product, and that is what it is. It's of course upside down here. The M is breaking open in all directions. I just took one example out, but it is in fact the other way around. And the E mostly has the tendency also to take it down to the physical object in the end that you can use or reuse. And that's the milk. The milk is basically expressed in this image with the letters behind it that support it. The Dutch word melk is much more an emphasis not on what you have in it and can take out, but it's the production process itself. The A is about production, what is forming itself over time and so on. So it is this production that you have and that brings forth something. But it's a bit incomplete, because the M, as I said, it's not about a reference frame, it is about a form that has an objectivity, it has an objective form, it has an object form, it has a physical form, and it's best that I express it also with this full form. Here I have the surface of the directions that comes forth from it, but let's make it a bit more complete. So you have the MELK. That also has, of course, a focus on a full mass in which something is developing, and the developing part is we are able to take out of the process with the MELK. The MELK has another emphasis. The emphasis is more about the full mass is producing something in general. So it is much more about what is the material, what is going on in the material. So that goes a little bit deeper into the process, not about what I can use and take out. This is about what is produced from with the MELK, and it's a production, of course, in all directions that takes out a certain consistency, as you will be able to see further. But the MELK first, I will take the example of the MELK first, where is the emphasis with the E, and then I will go to the emphasis of the A when I go from here. When I start from here and I take the E, I have to have the insertion, and with the K breaking out of the L or the material that I can use. So I have basically this MELK that I can take out of the cow. In the MELK, it is, of course, we have much more the consistency of the material, that something comes out. There is much more about this whole process, what comes out of the process. It's about this emphasis. Let's go now to the opposite. Instead of MELK, I will have KLIM, which is basically the same as KLIM. And it's only written, instead of with a K, with a C, and with an extra B to it. It doesn't make much difference, you will notice in a moment. So I'll first go to KLIM. So the process goes the other way around, not starting from the M, but starting from the K. So it's the K that breaks apart this formation process. We follow the process of formation in where it is going to form. The E is that we also follow that direction of the formation in the KLI. So we follow the process there. But the KLI, the E also very often deals, especially with K, is a very it has a tendency to break apart. So we have to be careful not to follow a wrong path. You have a good path and a wrong path, where something breaks apart or which is producing something new. So it's a difficult path, and there will of course be feedbacks available. That's also written down in the theory. If you listen to me more often, you have that. It's in this last category of complexity, the E. So there also always is feedback. Now I'm going up, but of course the pressing down will be more important. The E is always dealing with that going from the top to the point of where there's a neutral point, where we meet the neutral point. So we have a diagonal and vertical influence of not pressure, but that can work against you, so that it could break apart, could break the process apart, but you gradually find a neutral point so that you can grow into this process. What does it end with? With the M. The M is this environment in which this happens. It's the full mass in which this whole process is happening. So how is the resume of everything I discovered? The climb of the KLIM is the following result. I have you try to go into the vertical. There's a lot of counter pressure from the mass, in the mass, that is pressing upon you, but you go forward, you produce a result in it, and you can actually climb into something which is more dominant over you. The climb in the English word is written with a C and written with an extra B. It only supports the process even more. This is the basics, the KLIM. Climb is even adapting further into this process, because I will show you the C is always this estimation and tries to make the best direction or the best effort, so that I can have the best result out of it that is useful, that will be useful. The B is pressing into the process that I can evolve, so that this evolution really works. And that's what the climb is. It's an effort that you need to perform to create some kind of result out of it. Totally the opposite from KLIM to MELK. And I will show you the opposites a bit better. So I have this climb in which the process is not really inwardly, but it's into the mass that is pressing down on you, and you do a counter effort so that you can get something out of it. You can make the climb up. And here the MELK is the opposite around. It is pressing down automatically. There's no effort that you need to make. The mass itself produces the extra product, which automatically comes out, and this almost breaks open, and you have the ability to milk it and produce this pleasant result, of course. So here I wrote down the conclusion. The conclusion of climb is this counter pressure of M, which is going against your effort, but by inner effort you can still produce results. The other way around, the MELK is a completely productive pressure, which is automatically producing its result. It's the opposite around, from inside and going outside. The words are opposite and the movements are opposite. I hope you could understand and had a little bit more an idea why letters have a meaning in its order, and when you change the order, when you even make an opposite order, it will also make an opposite mixture of features. And when you count down when you analyze how it works, it is in a way the opposite of it, but it can be something completely different. Of course, MELK and climbing have nothing to do with each other, but the process that makes you come to the climb or makes itself come to the MELK is, in the letter combinations as a formula, actually exactly the opposite. And that's what is described in letters. Why letters have a meaning and why this works is another story. It's not explained here. It's explained in some other videos, and that's for some other time. But I hope you enjoyed and understood what is going on in these combinations of letters. And now, thanks for watching. This was Gerald Turvanwas. There's a website too, and there is here also a short link to the list of words on that website. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like, for more instructions, more demonstrations. More again soon. Thanks, bye.